Then I felt my cell phone vibrating in my pocket, and I knew it was you, and I just ignored it because I'm just like, I'm not freaking talking. I'm just going to sit here and get soaked. I tried to put my bibs back on, but they were inside out because I had just taken them off.
Yeah, I was wondering why it rained twice. We never talked about that.
The man is still there, by the way. He's still going from his truck to the boat.
Right.
I start screaming. I forgot there was no support on the backside. Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. We're back, baby.
Out. Wait, should I wear this hat? No, I don't
think it matters.
Okay,
well, they can't see it. It's backwards. Oh, shit.
I just don't want to be that one guy wearing the neon hat.
Okay, I got you.
PCB, baby. 2016 spring break.
Welcome back to another episode of Fishing After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at it. And for you visual listeners, I don't think it's a thing, visual listeners.
Yeah, we're hard. That's how I learned in high school.
Yeah, exactly. But before you dropped out of community college, let's freaking go, baby, to fulfill your dream of being on this podcast right here. Before we go any further, we'll talk about, there's some obvious things going on with the set that are just insane. But let's just start by saying something I'm not even sure if you guys are ready for.
Ugh.
I don't even know if you're ready for this.
I don't think I am.
I'm going to try to do this without reading, but I'm so nervous and excited it's going to be really hard to not read this.
I'm shaking.
So I don't mess it up. The Fishing After Dark podcast is brought to you by Carl's Bait and Tackle, baby, the internet's local tackle shop. We're sponsored, baby. We're sponsored.
We're in here.
We're in here. Carl's is a premier destination for all things fishing. We're talking about rods, reels, tackle bundles, Guggen baits, literally anything you could think of. So visit shopcarls.com for quality products, fair prices, and great service.
Great service.
And that's why we go there, for the service. And forget everything else.
I just
want that great service,
I just want
baby.
that great service.
Okay, so let's talk about something that's actually happening here. For everybody watching this on YouTube, if you're an audio listener only on Shopify, holy shoot, Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you're not going to know what's happening. So I'm going to try to describe it to you as the people watching on YouTube are going to see. So we've completely changed the podcast set. In fact, you just saw it yesterday for the first time. You've been gone for like a week.
Yeah.
And so you describe it. I mean, describe for the audio listeners, paint them a picture of how insane this set looks now.
Well, first of all, I just want to talk about the backdrop. Let's start from the back and work our way from.
Yeah, do that.
Massive flags. We have a solid black. How big would you say? 30 foot?
It's huge.
Massive.
It's freaking huge. Guggen Squad flag. And then a Guggen Baits flag. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but it makes me feel patriotic.
It does. Well, we talked about that too. And we need, as far as flag goes, we need an American flag in the mix. We've also got a 101st Airborne flag, which is my unit in the Army. But we need to, it does, flying flags in general makes you feel patriotic, but we need to get an American flag in the mix, whether it's in the middle or on the side or, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll continue with the breakdown.
Right.
Painting the picture.
And then I think we should just cut straight to the chase here. Chase here?
Cut to the chase.
Something.
Okay.
We have been filming this podcast on a $20 yard table.
Yeah, like a picnic table.
Right. It's been
not
bad.
even that, actually cheaper than a picnic table.
We had two. Blew one up with tannerite.
Fact. Guggen Week.
Courtesy to Yak Pack. Okay.
Yeah, Yak. Well, actually, the Yak Pack blew the table up. I blew the big bomb up. Yeah.
Right. Me and Norm didn't hit crap.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Veterans led the way on that one. It's all good.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did. But we are now filming on a massive L-shaped table that LOJO has made by hand.
I did. I built it. I literally snapped one day and I was like, look, if we're going to sell out on this podcast and get a sponsor, we're going to have to step things up. We have to make it look good, at least. We sound good. I think we got that part down.
Yeah,
but
man.
Me and you personally don't look good, so make the set look good. So I built this L-shaped table. You know what it reminds me of? If you're listening, it reminds me of the Guggen cast table, kind of, because it's a big L-shaped. It's got a stained wood top, black front. Super freaking cool. It's huge, though.
It's really tall.
The size got away from me a little bit. So if we're actually standing right now, we're not sitting.
Yeah.
That's how tall this table. It's like up to my middle of my stomach, basically, above my belly button. So
the chesticles.
So basically, our friends like Jiggin and those folks, they're going to have a tough time on this.
It ain't going to work.
Our sub 5'8" friends.
Right.
Which I don't actually, he might be 5'8". I could be completely butchering how tall he is. But anyways, it's freaking tall. And me and you are now far apart. We can no longer touch.
Which was my favorite part.
Exactly. That's going to be tough to get used to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's going to be a little bit of an issue.
I don't know if it's worth the money.
Yeah, and with lumber prices now, this really set me back. So we're going to have to continue selling out over and over again. But yeah, Shop Carl's is now the exclusive sponsor of this podcast. We've been doing business with them forever. You and I both have. I've been working with them for like, 5 years?
Yeah.
I mean, Catchco, MTB, Carl's, Bait and Tackle, it's all the same thing. And if you didn't know, it's a really cheap place to get Guggen baits. So, I mean, if there's nothing else you're interested in, I mean, I think it's the cheapest prices there are. So
it's one of those places when they sponsor you because LOJO's battling COVID.
I got serious tuberculosis over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, but a lot of times we get sponsor offers, and by we I mean LOJO. And when we look at those, it seems kind of like a scam, or you don't really feel confident about what you're doing. It's
a product you've never heard of. You
Right.
don't want to push it to your subscribers because it just feels cheap and it just feels like a money grab.
Genuinely, though, I feel like if I was not like anything to do with YouTube, I would love using Shop Carl's. Like, it's just one of those places you go to, you sign up. Dude, if you're a member there, it smacks.
Yeah, it smacks. Yeah. So we're going to talk more about them later on in the podcast. But before we go any further, we need to read some reviews. Now, if you would believe it, Badge, we actually have doubled our reviews on Apple Podcasts. We now actually almost have 200 5-star reviews.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's fair to say that the podcast is very well received. People are really enjoying it. I got 3 to read right here. I got one from Paco661.
Paco.
Good podcast. Keep it up.
Thank you, Paco.
Thank you, Paco. I got one from Shane Thomas right here. Love the content. As a bearded brother and a Guggen bait user, I love listening to the banter and tips. I wish Mountain Dew would sponsor y'all, but they are hesitant because they don't want 420 PPs to come after them. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you know what that means. If you haven't been, I'm sorry. It's kind of an inside joke. And then finally, we've got Joey5507 on the podcast. I love the podcast. So there you go. So if you guys are listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you subscribe, leave us a 5-star review or whatever the process is where you're listening to this. And if you leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts, we may read it on the air.
Yeah, get busy. Get busy down there.
I was really shocked when I pulled it up today to get some screenshots because we have no service in this building at all.
Yeah.
So we have to do all of our stuff. We have to screenshot it earlier and then bring it down here. Because once you're in here, it's over.
Yeah.
Like there's no more service of any kind.
Right.
So this laptop is just for show, by the way. No service will ever be gotten.
I actually dropped that in a creek as well.
Yeah, exactly. We just drop stuff in every time we go. It's fine.
That's right.
So what are we talking about today, Badge? What are we talking about? You had an interesting experience recently at a boat ramp, right?
I did.
I think that's kind of where this whole thing is. A boat ramp, for those of you who don't know, I mean, it's where you launch your boat.
Dang.
I just thought I needed to explain that, because you had such a crazy experience at a boat ramp recently, it got us to thinking, and we actually have some pretty insane stories from boat ramps to tell today.
Yeah, so I'll cut straight to the chase. Got it right that time.
You did. I wasn't listening, but you got it right.
Yeah. So I love to fish rivers. I don't have a boat, so fishing a river gives me...
You have a micro boat, sir. How dare you say that?
That's on me. That's on me. The micro boat is built for the river, pretty much. And to access some of the places that I go to on the river, you got to go to some pretty sketchy areas.
You can say that again. You took me to one of those sketchy areas one time. We almost got shot.
Matter of fact, there's not a boat ramp at the river that's not sketchy.
Why is that? Why? Why is that the case? It's like where you live, because my boat ramp on the same river is nice. It's pristine. It's beautiful.
Well, I'll say this. You don't really see a lot of... You don't get out on the river and see a lot of fiberglass boats running.
I got you.
It's a rough place.
A lot of 30-year-old tin boats. A lot of Busch Light cans rattling around in there.
Dude, I saw a boat that had a old pitchfork, like zip tied in front of the prop. So when you hit rocks, it would bounce.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow, that's a hell of an innovation right there.
So it's just a bizarre place. It's like I don't know, the Mad Max of fishing.
It's just everything. All the weird things converge at that moment.
Yeah.
Although I should say about my boat ramp, we did find a dead deer carcass there one time.
Yeah, we did.
That somebody dumped. So
Yeah.
I guess my boat ramp's not that cool. But
It's
go
not
ahead
great.
with your most recent horrifying river boat ramp experience.
Coming back, I've been whacking some Fat Sallies and taking my boat out, and I hear like some loud music. And I look up, there's this car parked right by the boat ramp. So I got to get out and walk up the boat ramp right by this car. And as I'm walking by, I thought it was music, but it turns out it was people. There was a couple in a car.
You thought it was music? Like what? Like screamo metal?
I don't know, man.
People yelling at each other?
I thought I heard bass. I thought I heard like some...
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I thought I heard a girl rapper. It sounded a little Cardi B-ish.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
If you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there was a lot of words being said really fast. And the closer I got, things were escalating the closer I got to the car. And it just turns out that there was this couple. Apparently, the man had got him a little side action.
Oh, a little domestic dispute.
Yeah, so she found out about the side chick. And, you know, I just found myself right in the middle of a... Oh, God. It was... Dude, and those are dangerous, man.
They are dangerous.
Because that's an emotional time.
Exactly. You got a couple fighting. You have no idea what's going on. You could have some serious emotions at play. You could have heat of the moment type situations. Yeah. That's exactly what happened to me and you the last time I went to this specific... Well, not the last time. Well, the first time I went to that specific boat ramp with you.
Yeah, it was a different one.
Yeah, not the same, but
same
river in your neck of the woods. Me and him launched. We went fishing, blah, blah, blah. We come back in. And as we're trolling up, these river boat ramps, man, they're super sketchy, like the actual ramp. Like there's jagged rocks everywhere.
There's
piles of rocks. I mean, you can't motor up to them very well because you're going to tear your prop off. So you have to troll up to them. And I'm trolling up to the ramp to drop you off. And there's a dude like with no shirt on, halfway down the ramp screaming at his wife or his girlfriend or whatever, his female companion.
Yeah.
And then like two kids come out. Remember that? There was like kids running around. Yeah. Like they were like running around playing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at her. She's yelling at him. They're saying some really bad stuff that we can't say on this podcast. And like, what do you do in that situation?
I don't know.
We literally like, we're going to walk up and be like, excuse me, sir, before you beat your wife, can we ask you to step aside and we can back our trailer down?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole time I'm thinking, if this dude pulls out a gun and just starts shooting, I mean, what the hell are we going to do?
Yeah.
We're trolling.
My wife, dude.
Oh, my God. Yeah, take over that part because that part's just, it's terrible.
I don't really know why my wife was coming there. Maybe she was picking me up.
Yeah, I think I had driven and you needed to be picked up. But we were going to meet her across the street or maybe it turned into that.
Yeah, I think she was going to pick me up at the boat ramp. Pretty simple. And
yeah.
I call her. I'm like, hey, look, there's this couple fighting on the boat ramp. Don't pull down the boat ramp.
Whatever you do, don't come down here.
And she's already kind of pulled in, so she would have had to back out like 20 yards. Yeah. My wife's not a backer-upper.
Maybe she was just curious too, though.
Yeah, and I think she was curious.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's escalating. I'm getting nervous. We're like thinking, okay, are we going to have to protect this family? My wife pulls up, dude, and I call her. I'm like, I don't like raising my voice with my wife.
Neither one of us do, but certain situations call for it.
Like, babe, what are you doing? What the frick are you thinking?
There's literally like a wood line, and all of a sudden, like this car is just emerging, going like 2 miles an hour.
A small white woman, all petite, just
towards the freaking couple that is just
Taylor Swift,
furiously arguing. Oh my God! And you're yelling at on the phone. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to get the trailer into the water.
Stop the car! Stop the car!
I can't remember. Did she actually like back out of there, or what happened with her?
She ended up stopping, and then I was like, "Look, just turn around and leave. Turn around and leave." And she was, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. Babe, if you don't leave right now.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just one of those things. Nothing ended up happening, luckily. I mean, nobody was injured that we know of.
No.
But Jesus, man, the way they were talking to each other, like I just knew he was going to hit his girlfriend or his wife soon. And at that point, it's like, what is your obligation as a civilian, like a bystander, you know? Like, there's kids there. Like, it was just it could have been really bad. Luckily, it was not.
It was just a lot at one time, man.
Yeah, that was insane. Having your wife drive down there,
dude,
is unforgettable because
you have this overwhelming sense of like, what the heck do I do?
Yeah,
you know, how do I insert myself in this situation to help this woman if she's about to get beat by this man?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
and then your wife shows up, and now you've got two females that may be in danger.
Yeah, my wife. Throw somebody you love into the situation. You're like.
Yeah, we don't have a gun. We didn't have, at that moment, we didn't have any, I mean, there was two of us, luckily, so if we had to jump on the guy, we could have easily, but I mean, that was an unforgettable one. In fact, that was probably the first time I'd fished your river with my boat.
I think so.
Yeah, the first time ever. It was my second time at that ramp, because we launched kayaks there like 6 months before or something like that. But river boat ramps, just let it be known that They be
Packing.
sketchy.
Yeah, pack that heat. The river boat ramps. There's just there's ramp etiquette. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you have a family fallout, don't go to a boat.
Right, like if you're gonna, no, I'm not even gonna say it. If you're gonna
Wow.
commit some type of a domestic assault, don't do it at a boat ramp.
If you're gonna have a fist fight with your children, get off the boat ramps.
Exactly right. I mean,
Sheesh.
common courtesy. Come on, guys.
Speaking of courtesy, common courtesy.
Fist fight with your children. Oh God. Okay. Common courtesy.
Why
yes.
does every public bathroom
Oh God, you got
should
my
have
interest.
a loud radio? That should be
A loud radio. Why?
known.
Wait. Public bathroom, loud radio. Okay, why?
Because, man, like
Oh,
you know,
like drowning out noises? Is that what you're
yes.
getting at?
Yeah, some white noise, a loud fan. Maybe
Okay.
a Febreze can going off. I don't know, something, dude. Let me tell you one.
Yeah, I was about to say you must have had some. Was this today?
Yeah, it
was
was
this our
today.
Best Buy trip?
You've kind of
Oh,
heard
boy.
a little bit about it, but
Yeah, I went in there before you did, so I don't have much of a story to tell.
I lied to you.
Oh, you did?
I did lie to you.
Wait, first backstory. Today we were like finalizing some lighting adjustments that we were doing in here. So we're going to Best Buy, like the only electronics store that I have near me, and we both have to poop.
Yeah.
Because we've been filming all day, and when you're out on the water, you don't typically
gas
poop.
station breakfast, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. Gas station breakfast on top of that. So we went into Best Buy and I had to go worse. So I went ahead and went in, did my thing.
Yeah.
There was nobody in there.
Right.
So it was nice for me. I just got in, got out.
Right.
But then insert you going into the bathroom. That's where you're picking up with this story.
Right. So I told you there was two guys in the stalls ripping.
Yeah. And there was three enclosed toilet stalls, right? There's
Two.
three. Two?
Two.
I thought there was three. Okay.
There's
Sorry.
one urinal.
Okay. 1 year. So three. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I go in there, and I told you that I had to wait a long time.
I knew that was a lie.
I
You
didn't have
son
to
of
wait a long time. I didn't. No.
So what happened?
I walked in. One guy was finishing up. They were talking back and forth, and he was just kind of taking his time. I started playing a video out on my phone so he'd get out of the stall. You know, I was ready to do my business.
Oh, wait, so you were in the stall with the door closed, but there were people in there talking.
No. I walked in. Both stalls are closed.
Okay.
And they would.
Okay.
The one guy flushed the toilet, standing up. He's talking to his buddy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, while this is going on, there's no fan. There's no radio. And these dudes
Okay.
are going in.
Oh, they're pooping.
No, one of them is. One of
Loudly.
them, they're just talking, and it's so quiet you could hear anything.
The guy's crapping
Talking
and
to his
talking
buddy. Yeah.
while like noises are happening.
And let me tell you this, like when you heard that, when you just heard that right now at home, you're probably thinking these guys are like, you know, teenagers, college students. These are grown men.
Okay.
50.
Ooh,
50.
very active bowels at that age.
Active cheeks, man. So one
Yeah.
of them's just like, yeah, man, you see the game? I'm like, good Lord.
So you're just standing there at the sink?
Yeah,
Or the
I'm standing there
urinal?
just waiting. And so I, you know.
And you don't want to be the guy that's just like, hey guys, can I get in there?
So I play a video, and all of a sudden this one guy, he's, oh. So he comes out, and,
The guy in the stall.
right, one of them.
Well, one of the stalls.
He
Was he the one
exits.
making all the clap noises, or were they both?
No. This guy finished up as I was coming in.
Gotcha.
So this all happened in about 30 seconds. It's just extremely uncomfortable to hear another
Yeah,
man
for sure
doing his business
while talking to somebody
Yeah,
else.
it
That's
was a
that's
lot.
really weird.
They're both, you know, probably the CEO of Best Buy.
Oh God, I hope so. I hope it's like the regional manager of Best Buy.
Right.
Wait, so all right. So he came out, and then you were able to go in there, and
Yeah,
was there still
yeah.
somebody in the other stall next to you?
Yes.
Oh,
So I never saw this guy. I just noticed he was wearing khakis.
you
and
saw his feet.
nice
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah, so you knew he was an older gentleman, most likely.
Right.
Yeah.
Khakis, nice shoes, and his ankles looked slightly swollen. So I knew he had a little bit of age to him.
You definitely know somebody's age by their footwear because you roast me constantly for my dad's shoes, and I'm only freaking 34. Jesus.
I like picking at you, man.
Yeah, I know, but at least my ankles aren't swollen. I have pretty athletic ankles.
Yeah, you
so
do have
that's
good
good.
ankles, yeah.
I got some skinny ankles. So
I got
okay,
the
so
ankles.
khakis, dad shoes, swollen ankles. He's still in there. Now you're on the toilet.
Right.
Go.
I'm sitting there. Silent. This is when the silence gets real loud because I'm ready to go, man.
But now you're both like sitting there in
Yeah.
silence.
So I'm sitting there in silence. and
Who's
I'm
gonna
like,
make the first move?
Who's
baby?
gonna go first? And apparently this man gives no crap or a
But
lot of
but
crap.
literally, he does give crap.
He gives lots of crap.
Okay.
And we're sitting there, and I'm. It probably was 20 seconds, but it felt like an hour. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
He does it a lot.
A lot. Like,
lot.
so we're not talking about like dropping a log, like a
No.
bloop. We're talking about like blah, 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 like one of those. One of those. Well, you know exactly what I'm talking about because we've all had to go like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just, I mean, as soon as you open your valve, so to speak, it's just like a shotgun blast.
Right,
It's just
right.
gone.
Yeah.
It's out of your body.
Dude, it was so loud. I was kind of upset because I was like, you old man, have some respect for my generation, you know? So he's in there just doing his thing.
Wait, was this like a prolonged shotgun blast? This was like a semi-automatic, like, boo, boo, blah, blah.
Like his stomach was whack.
Okay. He had some gas station breakfast too,
I
probably.
almost asked him, hey, man,
Yeah.
are you doing okay in there? Because I was concerned for his,
How long did this
Yourself.
go on before he left?
probably 30 seconds, right? No,
okay.
before he left, no. The first sound off, 30
Okay.
seconds, okay?
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, he tried. And I'm in there trying to test the waters, but I just don't have what it takes.
Well, yeah, that we talked about that afterwards. That's
Good.
a tough scenario to release and relax and let
just
it go.
couldn't.
That's
I
tough.
couldn't do
man.
it.
So props to him for being able to do that.
Yeah.
Not only was he talking to somebody before you got in there, then once a new guy got in the
Stranger,
stall,
yeah.
he's just like, well, hell, I don't care.
So after the first thing happens, I'm like, okay, I need to listen to some videos loud. So I'm playing videos.
What's your strategy with that though? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with these loud video playing?
Just a slight. I don't-
Just white noise.
Yeah. So I get to the
Okay.
point where I'm like, okay, I'm waiting him out.
Got
Okay?
to. Yeah.
You finish your business. You wash your hands. You get out of there. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm playing music. All of a sudden, I hear the toilet paper thing start rolling. I'm like, thank
Okay.
you, Lord.
Yeah. He's wiping, so
Right.
gonna be on his
Right.
way out soon. Yeah.
So as soon as he pulls some TP, another sound off.
Oh, really?
Right.
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue. It
Damn.
scared me a little bit. I jumped.
So that was like more like a
Right.
silence shot, like a
Yeah.
just like a real quick little.
Right. Dude, Shop Carlos probably loves us.
Yeah, this is yeah. You get what you pay
Anyways.
for, baby. Let's freaking go.
So he flushes.
Oh, that's a good
Victory.
sign. Great sign.
I was
unless
so-
it's a courtesy flush.
I was so pumped
Yeah.
that he flushed
okay.
that I wade out a little bit deeper in the water, so to speak. Okay. I know I don't go in, but I'm close.
Okay. You're prepping.
Then, soon as the flush stops, the door opens. Somebody else goes to the urinal, and then he goes in again. Two strangers, doesn't care,
Talking or pooping?
pooping.
Okay.
I was like amazed because
Yeah. How much poop did this man have?
Good Lord, man, what is going on? Okay, I'm gonna finish the story now.
Jesus. Does
Does
he ever
lasted
stop?
so long. He never stopped, man.
Yeah.
It was a never stop tour of Best Buy
It's the never
toilet.
stop tour of poop bathroom.
Yeah.
Best Buy visits.
Jesus Christ, man.
I tell you what, there's some bathroom stories out there to be had. That might be another podcast altogether. But me and you talked afterwards, and it's like it's so hard in a public bathroom with somebody because here's the thing. Like the stalls, they're right. There's just a thin, like this plywood, there's a thin layer between you and that man.
I never want to see another piece of another man.
In fact, when you're sitting in a bathroom, you're closer than me and you are right now to another human being who is shitting.
Excreting.
Like, and if they're being loud like that, that's even more uncomfortable than just like a splash in the toilet.
Yeah.
And like you said, if there's some type of white noise or music or something, or I don't even know what else you could do,
Just some
but
country music, man. Something,
that's
dude.
that's tough, dude. Like I'm like you. I can pee literally like standing right in front of somebody, but pooping's a little bit more intimate. That's like I need some space. I need some noise cancellation. I love the stalls. Certain gas stations have these, or the big gas stations, like on the interstate.
Yeah.
They have like the stall goes down to the floor.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
now that's money right there.
I'm
So
about
then
that.
when you close the door, you're actually in a room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you can you're probably not listening. You're not going to be able to hear the guy next to you. But yeah, that was freaking crazy. Luckily, we were able to get our lighting equipment and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I went first because apparently I screwed you right the frick over.
all right.
But we need to get back to our original subject though, because we have what we think might be one of the gnarliest boat ramp
True.
confrontations, if you want to call it that. And it's by none other than our own John B. I mean, it's one of the most badass acts I've ever seen a man carry out. I mean, it was just straight savage. But before we do that, we got another word from our sponsor, Carl's Bait and Tackle. Guys, I've been working with Carl's Bait and Tackle since they launched back in 2018. They have an impressive and always growing assortment of the best fishing gear on the market. And honestly, probably the best prices you're ever going to see. The team at Shop Carl's is constantly adding new products, running awesome promotions, and are making some really great content out there for you to learn how to use all of your new gear. With Carl's Club, you can save literally up to 30% on all your tackle purchases, almost everything in the store. You get free shipping, exclusive member items, and early access to new products, which they're dropping all the time. They also recently introduced Carl's Tackle Insurance, the first of its kind insurance program for fishermen. Any hard bait you buy from Carl's up to $20 is insured for up to 90 days. Sheesh. And you can file up to 4 claims per year, which we would have filed in one day. But, you know, I mean, it's fine. If you lose a lure, break off, lose the fish runs off with your crankbait, whatever the case is, they will replace it. Carl's is where I get a ton of my gear. You guys know that. We've been doing videos with them for literally, what did I say, 5 years? So 4.5 years. And I would really encourage you guys to visit shopcarls.com and check out some of these benefits that we've outlined for you guys. All right, man. So I got John's video pulled up here, and maybe we'll put a link in the description to.
Watch out.
That was really close to being horrible.
There was no need for that.
Here's what we're gonna do. So if you're an audio listener, unfortunately you're only gonna have audio, so I'm sorry about that. But if you're a video listener, we're also gonna put it up on the screen. And if you didn't believe me about this being a pretty insane confrontation by our boy John B, watch this. These guys are freaking musky fishing or something crazy
talking to you
up north. Oh, did you
right
hear
off
that?
his
He's mad, I guess, yeah.
What'd you say?
He's mad.
John.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Hey, boy. Hey, what'd you say?
Hey, bud. What'd you say?
He's mad.
There's no way he's saying
I don't
that.
know why.
You could right off.
Make sure you're rolling for this.
Oh, yeah, he said keep the GoPro
We're
rolling.
coming
buddy.
in too, so it's gonna be real awkward for them. Yeah, a tough guy from 200 yards away. Let's see what happens when we get like 20 yards from him.
I like how chill he is. Man.
Look at him.
What's going on?
Look at that stroll. Oh,
What's up, bud?
Checking out the situation. That's how you address somebody.
Hey,
You
what's
gotta
going on?
ease up. Don't go on fast.
What were
he
you saying?
put Robert
They're in.
Turkla's face on. Did you see that?
Now.
Really? I f***ing heard something different. What were you saying to me?
I said the exact same
It's a lot different when I'm 200 yards out, but now that I'm 2 feet from you. What was this? Is this the finger?
So good job.
It was this one. It looked like that one.
With you, dude. Chill.
Look, he slaps his truck. That's my favorite part.
This guy's tough 200 yards away, but when I get right in front of his face, he won't say shit. We didn't do anything to you guys. I don't know what the problem is. We're out here fishing for bowfin.
Bowfin.
You gotta be kidding
Oh, he
me.
wasn't
I hope
musky
you guys have
fishing.
a
He was
good day.
bowfin fishing.
He said,
Have a
I told
good
you have a
day.
good day. You're lying to me now.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
I must have.
Was he driving a
misheard
minivan?
too.
What is this?
No, I think this is a Forerunner. I think it's Forerunner. It's
No,
just GoPro's
dog, that's a
fisheye.
minivan, man.
We're confused. We don't know what we did to you guys.
They're in a
I'm serious.
minivan.
I don't know what we did to you guys.
The guys in the
don't
big
do that
truck
again.
won't stand their ground.
Don't be tough.
John, look, it's a minivan, bro.
It really is.
John's whipping a
Wow.
minivan. This had to be like 2000.
I literally have
freaking-
no clue what that was all about.
God, he's
There's
probably
been
like
very few
14
times where
in
I've
this
gotten any
video.
sort of like
Jurassic
arguments
Park
or
shirt?
altercations with other anglers on the
John
water,
is
but
one
that
of
was
a
by
kind.
far one of
Okay,
the worst.
yeah.
I'm really trying to think
Yeah,
about.
okay, so he probably goes on to say something like blah, blah, blah. The guy said something to us, and I guess the guy was trying to say that it was a big misunderstanding. John was like right in his face.
I would understand because he was saying I said good luck, right? Is that what he was saying? He was saying?
Yeah.
But-
Basically, like have a good day or, good luck or something weird like that. Yeah.
I would understand if he said like a 2-word phrase, right?
Yeah.
Like something
what?
than F word. Like that would be closer to, but saying F right off, like frick right off doesn't sound anything like good luck.
No, it does not. It doesn't sound like that at all.
You can hear it clear on the GoPro.
Yeah, exactly. You heard like well, of course they had to bleep it because he said just supposedly the F word, but you could hear the beep off. You know what I mean? Like what the hell else could he have been saying right there?
I don't know.
Kiss off, which is still insulting, but I mean like what good phrase could you have been saying in that situation?
And then you can tell though, like when he came off the boat ramp, if he said something good to him, it was a fan, he wouldn't have been like hiding in his
Right.
truck.
He would have been more confused than he was.
Yeah.
See, that guy wasn't confused. He was like, "Oh now this guy's right in front of me."
Are you kidding me?
Dude, oh my God. Okay, so
What?
do you remember what happened last night at the boat ramp to us? And me?
Oh, man.
Dude, we completely forgot, though. Like, Jesus, this is all building to one of the most insane boat ramp moments of my life. And we didn't have any cameras running because it was pitch black dark, first of all, but we would have had some good audio.
And I don't think you would have done what you did if the cameras were rolling.
Maybe not. And I don't even know if I would want to play it because it was bad. It was really bad.
It was bad. It was one of those things that you don't want to put on the internet.
It kind of made me look bad, but I actually am innocent in there, but it made me look really bad. So I want to take this from the top because I want to make sure that this is well documented. Okay. We were fishing a weekly local derby tournament. Okay. So we're talking like Tuesday night, 20 boats, 25 boats, maybe 5 to 9, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little half tournament, 3 fish limit, two anglers in a boat, super chill. Like, I mean, they take it seriously. Like you always say, these old guys kind of take this stuff seriously.
Yeah.
But we're a couple of YouTubers. We're doing it for content. We're doing it for fun.
Right.
We're doing it to maybe try to gain a little angling knowledge. I don't know, because I feel like I get worse every time I do these tournaments. Mm-hmm. But anyways, it's my home lake. This is our third one now, last night. Okay, so we fished the tournament. I'm not going to spoil what happens because the tournament video may come out after this. So let's just say it wasn't a great night. Can leave it at that.
It sucked.
Because the weather was really bad. And that was 2 weeks in a row. The weather had basically ruined the tournament. But we were still out there. Fished for hours. Come back to the ramp. And I drop badge off. This is normal procedure. You pull up. I pull up. There's this giant seawall that you can just hop off the boat and get up onto where the parking lot is. There's a bunch of boats. Everybody's sitting around, obviously. And I drop badge off. I idle out a little bit. And I'm out there like spotting alligators and stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of alligators around, so I'm like spotlighting them and freaking they're rolling around and they're waiting for bass to get released so they can try to get an easy meal.
Right.
Because like 80,000 bass die when they get released from live wells in tournaments, unfortunately.
Rip.
Did not know that until recently.
Rip.
Anyways, so I drop badge off. I'm idling basically in a circle, just waiting for you to dump the trailer in. You know what I mean? Like you're just sitting out there. You're probably on your phone or something. And there's one guy ahead of me who already has his trailer in the water. In fact, his boat's right there. Mm-hmm. So as far as I'm concerned, like 30 seconds, you're going to be pulling around and I'm going to be moving up. We're next in line to get out of the water. Now this is where things start to go massively haywire. Okay, so I stand up on the bow of the boat. Badge calls me because he's taking a while.
Yeah.
He's taking a while, and there's 2 boat ramps there. Okay, so you have 2 options of where you want to get out, and they're right there. So Badge is like, hey, do you want me to go to the other boat ramp?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, this guy, he's about to be out of the way. That other ramp is really steep.
Yeah.
It's got like holes in it and stuff. It's kind of a sketchy boat ramp. Plus, I was out there spotlighting alligators. I was having a good time. Right. It wasn't a big deal, but I just took my bibs off too, which is actually really important to this story. Mm-hmm. Just took my bibs off, and at that moment, with Badge on the phone, it starts raining. Okay, now it started as a couple drops. It wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. You're in my truck at this point, sitting there waiting for this guy to pull off. Starts to rain. Okay, about 60 seconds go by. It picks up. The guy's still there. Another 60 seconds pull by. It's really freaking picked up. Now it's like raining. He's still there. He's going from his truck to the boat. From his truck to the boat. I think he even pulled up some. I'm going to let you say what was actually happening in just a minute because you got a better view of it than I did because I was out on the water. Mm-hmm. 3 minutes go by. It is now a goddamn monsoon. Right? Am I lying? It's raining as hard as it could possibly be raining.
I could barely see out of the truck.
Yes, and you're probably laughing your ass off too, right?
Laughing
because you knew
so
I'm
hard.
out in the boat.
I was cramping up. I was laughing so hard.
And I knew he was laughing so hard. And then I felt my cell phone vibrating in my pocket, and I knew it was you. And I just ignored it because I'm just like, I'm not freaking talking. I'm just going to sit here and get soaked. I tried to put my bibs back on.
Yeah.
But they were inside out because I had just taken them off.
Yeah, I was wondering why it rained twice. We never talked about that. Because I was going to say, let's go to the other boat ramp. Let me get you out of there.
But it was too late. I was already soaked. Okay, so at this moment, the man is still there, by the way. He's still going from his truck to the boat.
Right.
I start screaming or yelling. Not screaming, but I can't repeat exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Basically, if you can imagine being out on a boat and getting dumped rain on, And you're just kind of like yelling at the universe. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is effing great. I love getting effing wet. I love this shit. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, it's just like, that's just how I deal with stuff sometimes, you know?
Yeah, which is very true. He's not just saying that. I've seen it a million times.
It's what I do. It's almost like I'm mad at myself. You know, I'm just venting to the universe, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden, I'm doing this. I'm yelling. And this same guy who is still there, this has to be 5 minutes into this.
Yeah, you've been getting pissed on for a while.
Pissed on.
It's not just 2 minutes. It's a long time.
My guy, then he looks out at me, so I'm like 20 yards away, just sitting there with my motor running.
Right.
And he's like, man, I'm so sorry. I can't, and I can't hear what he's saying. It sounds like he's saying, I can't get the boat on the trailer, or I can't do this. And I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know why he's talking to me. Like, I don't even care at this point. I'm soaking wet. It doesn't even matter at this point if I get my boat on the trailer. It doesn't even matter. So I'm now realizing he thinks I'm yelling at him.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm cussing him out, like dog cussing him. And he thinks I'm coming over there to kick his ass after the tournament is over. After the weigh-ins, I'm just going to come over there and whoop his ass.
Right.
Which is not the case at all. Anyways, we went to the other boat ramp. So finally I called you and I was like, let's go to the other freaking boat ramp. So, and I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm going to come over there and help you. I was like, just let me get my boat out. I'm going to come over there and help you. Because now I'm starting to feel bad because I'm like, oh, God, he thought I was yelling at him.
Right.
Which would make sense because that would be a normal situation. You would be yelling at somebody. Get the boat in the trailer. Badge hooks it up. We pull out. We run over there to the man who has still not gotten his boat out.
Yeah.
I would like you to take it from here because this is not even the worst part, if you can believe it. It gets worse than this.
I want to say one thing before we get to this part of the story.
Please,
so
I'm
while
thirsty.
LOJO's out there cussing the world, this man tries to pull his drop my bass
happened?
there. Drop my bass head. I'm all right.
Oh, my God.
This man tries to pull his boat out, and this led me to a conclusion I'll say in a minute, but he tried to pull it out, and the front, what do you call it, a winch? The winch?
Yeah, the crank. Yeah,
Crank.
The strap that you have to crank up to
Yeah.
get the boat locked in position.
Well, there's a little flip. You flip it,
There's
and
a
it
switch.
locks.
That's right.
Right,
Locks
that's it.
Yep.
The only thing you have to do is lock that switch. And
Right.
he didn't lock it. And he's got a big truck, and it's a nice Skeeter,
He's got a
man.
big boat, glass boat, big
250
boat. Yep.
Skeeter.
Yep, the whole
driving
9
a
yards.
F-250.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could...
He didn't have a 50. Did he have F-250?
Oh, yeah, that's F-250.
That's like my dream truck. Anyways,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm sure he did. Yeah.
Anyways, he goes to pull out, and his crank just starts spewing water, and his boat just is flinging back.
Right.
And this is,
So you can imagine the boat on the trailer. He pulls out, and the boat just slides back out
Yeah.
into the water. And
Right.
so he's doing this over and over again,
And
right?
then yeah, he did this once or twice. He did it once, and I hop out of the truck, and I screamed. I was like, "Hey, wait!"
Yeah.
No!
See, I don't know any of this. I'm getting pissed on so
Yeah.
hard. I can't hear anything.
Right.
I can't see anything. I'm just sitting there screaming and stewing in my own anger.
right.
So I don't even know any of this is happening. Go ahead.
So I holler at him. He does a couple other things, and then he's just like sitting there, like conflicted over how to get this
Yeah,
winch.
he was getting flustered.
And maybe I thought, okay, maybe the crank's broke. Maybe he's got something going on there.
Okay. Yeah, possible.
Okay, so fast forward to where we were in LOJO's story, and the guy goes to pull out. LOJO's on one side.
Okay, yeah, so this is when we ran over to help him.
Right.
So he must have figured out how to lock the winch because it was locked by the time, or did you do it?
I don't know if you noticed this or not, but he had taken a strap and tied the nose of the boat to the front of the trailer.
I did not notice that.
Yeah.
So maybe the crank did break.
And
Maybe the crank was broken.
No, because I noticed. I went over and I grabbed the crank and I put the switch up and felt, and it was
Okay,
tight.
it was tight. So it wasn't broken.
So yeah, he was
And
just
he also was shirtless, by the way.
God, he
At this
was,
point,
wasn't he?
he was just shirtless as hell.
and
So
he had some back tats that'll make you question yourself.
yes, okay. So we're over there, and he goes to pull out. This is the worst part. Get ready, buckle your seatbelts. The gosh darn motor is still trimmed down all the way. 250 Merc Pro XS. Oh my God, he pulled forward like 5 feet.
And we
it just
both
went,
screamed. We
Everyone's
both were
like, stop!
No!
I ran back there to his trim switch.
Yeah.
And he didn't even say anything. He got out of the truck and he was just like, and I was like, your motor was trimmed down. He didn't say a word. I trimmed it all the way up, and then he got back in the truck and pulled off. And
He was shook. He was
He was
shaking.
really shook
he was
up.
nervous. He was by himself. And
he was by himself, which I don't understand, because later on there was a guy over there with him. So I don't know where the hell that person was,
Yeah.
if that was his partner, because it's normally a two-person tournament. I think in every boat I saw two people.
It was
So I don't know
rough,
where the
man.
hell his partner. Maybe his partner was inside weighing their fish. I don't know. I have no idea.
he was an older man.
It was bedlam at that point because of the rain. Like half the people ran this way, half the
Yeah.
people went into the building. Like nobody knew what was going on. So I get it. Like he hears this guy yelling behind him,
Yeah.
like cursing. I was cursing a storm because that's just what I do, man. Sometimes I get angry, and I was not talking to him, and I did tell him that too.
Yeah, you
when,
did.
When we ran over, I was like, "Hey, just so you know, man, I wasn't yelling at you."
Yeah.
Of course, at that point, it probably didn't matter because he's already gone through in his head, like, dude, this guy's gonna come over here and kill me.
Yeah.
Because he's getting wet because I can't get my boat out. So it was a bad situation. I mean, I felt bad afterwards, and I hope he gets the word that I was not yelling at him. That was just me being upset at the world because I was getting dumped on, and it was a second. Like I said, it was a whole like it was a convergence. I think is the right word of bad events. The week before, we got pissed on in that tournament, the same tournament. And here we are a week later, and if I'd gotten out 2 minutes sooner, I wouldn't have got soaked. So I was just really pissed, but not at him specifically, because I know how it is, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened in his mind.
It was a flash flood too.
It was a flash
It wasn't
flood.
just rain. It was a flash
No,
flood.
no, like I said, this was rain. This is as hard as you could imagine rain coming down. That's what this was.
Police in the street because there was big puddles.
That's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was such bad flooding in the town that day. Yeah, but I completely forgot about that when we started the podcast. That's what made us think about this
Yeah.
podcast topic, because it seems like if something's going to happen crazy and get out of control, it's going to happen at the boat ramp. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Because half the people involved in these stories weren't even fishing.
Right.
Just people just yelling at their wife and kids at a boat ramp with no
Yeah.
boat. Like, what the hell are you even doing here?
Yeah. Stuff starts and ends at boat ramps, man. Starts and ends.
Jesus. So, okay, here's a question that people are going to ask. Are we going to continue to fish tournaments? I'm putting you on the spot because I know you're the one who may not want to do this ever again.
I'll say my piece.
I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
I've said it to you before. A tournament is game day.
Yeah.
You don't go to game day and say, you know what, man, let's just try this book of plays we've never practiced.
Right.
We don't practice a lot because we're
can't,
busy
yeah.
filming other videos.
Right.
You're doing your thing in Texas and moving and all this other stuff you got going on.
Yeah.
So we're going out
I'm not
there.
moving to Texas, by the way. That kind of, the way you said that seemed
Did
like I
it?
was moving to Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not moving to Texas.
Well, maybe you are. Maybe you're not.
Well, maybe one day, but I'm not currently. It sounded like you were saying I was in the process of moving to Texas, which I am not.
okay.
Didn't mean to cut you off. It's just the way that sounded. I was just like, oh boy, people
Yeah,
about to
moving
start
came
talking.
out. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, at least it
Anyways.
stirs the pot. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, stir the pot a little bit. I'm moving to Texas.
I don't like fishing tournaments freaking blind, man. And I feel like we're going to brush that you did scan, but we've never caught fish out of a lot of places we're going.
Right.
Eufaula is a tough lake to fish.
Yeah,
dude.
so those of you who don't know, this is Lake Eufaula, Southeast Alabama. Look it up. It's massive.
It'll-
It's massive.
beat you in the ground, man.
And this time of year is especially tough because it's the water temps are like 85, 86 degrees. So that means the good fish are deep. And they're relating to certain structures, not all structure. Certain ledges, not all ledges. So you could fish like we did. You could find a lot of good brush offshore
Right.
and fish it, which we have been doing, and just nothing. And the only bites we're getting, we're having to go shallow, and they're all dinks. So we can't win a tournament like that. So it is a struggle, but it's so fun though. Every single time we do it, when we get there,
It's fun for 30 minutes. It's fun for 30 minutes, and then 2.5 hours of sucking,
Right,
a
yeah.
long car ride home, and then we don't get to film the podcast.
That's
That's
true.
where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Here's what I will
Yeah.
say. There's a tournament series on the river,
that's right.
which we have experience on,
That's what I thought you were going to say, is that we should switch our tournament efforts like strictly to the river.
which I'm down. I'm game.
Well, here's the thing. There are tournament trails that do like, it's a combination of like river and lake.
Yeah.
So we should probably try to look that up.
Yeah.
And maybe try that. Yeah, you're right though. The last 8 months, the river, man, we've been doing some damage. This is a public river. This is not a secret to anybody, but
We're sticks, man.
we kind of accidentally figured out. And we not only largemouth, like we can catch nice spots, nice hybrids. I mean, we're kind of dialed.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx us on future river tournaments. I'll knock on the wood a little bit, but we've one thing's for sure. My home lake versus this Chattahoochee River, it's no contest the last 8 months. I mean, it has been just, we've been laying the hammer and we've been taking people to the river and putting them on fish.
Yeah.
We put Yak Pack on like a 5-pound largemouth on a freaking, was he throwing an A-rig?
Hey, Rick, sausage swimmer.
Yeah, man, we put them both, but we put Norm, well, no, not yet. We're going to. We hadn't put Norm on anything good, but that's because we got screwed.
We brought them to the river, and then we caught massive hybrids in front of them, and then we took them home.
And then we had the alarm go off on us, and we had to go. But he was about to. He caught a nice largemouth moments before that. But anyways, yeah, the river, we'll have to look up the river tournament trail schedule. I don't know. But I just feel like, one thing I will add to what you said, tournaments kind of, in a way, take the fun out of fishing to me because it is such a time crunch. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go. And if you're not catching fish, like, the pressure starts to mount. So the same thing that makes it fun also makes it kind of sucky because if you're not in contention,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
It's just like
You know?
if we went to the lake before and we caught 3 keepers
Yeah.
in
like in
any
an
video?
area, you know? Yeah.
anywhere, I don't care where. Like if we did it before,
Yeah.
it's been a year.
That's the thing. See, we have done it before. That's the problem.
A
See, the
year.
first time, was that the first time I took you follow?
No,
First time in the boat.
maybe
I just got the boat.
maybe
I think it was.
could have been.
Yeah, well, maybe not the first time, but one of the first times we fished deep on Eufaula was in my boat, and I pulled like 3 nice fish off of one ledge with a Carolina rig. And you were kind of like, damn, this lake ain't bad.
It's crazy.
And ever since then, it's just been a struggle fest.
That's the thing. A year ago, and I'm just saying, like this summer, we've probably been 20, maybe
Probably 20 times.
maybe more, probably 20.
Yeah, we went a lot during the winter, too. We were going
Yeah.
to Eufaula a lot. And we caught some decent fish in the winter. It's been the last 6 months specifically. Like the
yeah.
warm weather months, we've just been sucking. We caught a couple 3s out there in the wintertime.
It would never be more than one in a trip, though. It's like 1 3-pounder, and a 3-pounder and a 3-fish tournament's big.
Right, and man, you've never put in like 8 hours on Eufaula either. You know what I mean? This is all like 3 or 4 hours at a time.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting off the rails here.
Yeah, I'm
but
sorry.
what we're saying is we should continue tournament fishing somehow because how else are we going to get great boat ramp stories if we
That's
just
right.
stop fishing tournaments?
It's
how,
fun,
how,
man.
How are we going
It's
to get peed on and yell at some old man trying to load a boat if we're not fishing tournaments? I mean, that just doesn't happen every day.
I'm just saying either we need to go out and put the work in or we need to cheat. Because I'm not losing anymore. I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of coming in last place, tied for last. What the worst part is too, we can't stop because we're getting to know the people on the trail, and they've been like kind of cool to us. You know what I mean?
And we owe them like $800.
And I didn't have enough money for the entry fee last time.
Right.
How embarrassing is that? I had like $33, and the entry fee is $40. We're professional YouTube fishermen, and we don't have enough money to enter the tournament.
Yeah.
But the guy that kept the books gave me $10, so it was all good.
Then
We
you
have
told
to
him.
go back just simply so I can pay him.
You can
by
go
the way.
anytime you want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're just not going to come. Damn it. Well, yeah. Well, the problem is we film on that day. That's the day we always film together. So maybe once you quit the channel and leave all of us behind,
Right.
I can just go fish it by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And I can launch the boat by myself too. And I bet you I can do it faster than that guy did.
Burn.
I'm just kidding, man. If you ever listen to this, which you never will, but if anybody knows that, man, I was not angry at you. I swear to God. All right, so here's what we need you guys to do. So, one, if you're watching on YouTube, listening. Did I say YouTube?
I liked it.
Damn it. You know it's time to go when I start mispronouncing very common, easy words to say. But we need you guys to get in the comment section, okay? Drop your best boat ramp story, and we might just pin the best one that we see. So, actually, I'm going to dive in this comment section later on once we drop it, and I want to see some. I bet you there's some insane stories out there.
Yeah. Do it on what Apple podcast?
Oh yeah, leave a review.
Leave a review.
Yeah. Give
Let
us a
us know.
5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and then your comment, give us just an incredible boat ramp story. We'll read a few the next podcast we do. Yeah. Good idea. We'll never remember to do that, but
No.
that's fine.
No, yeah.
I may remember. I'm getting better at it. This is 2 in a row. I think I've done it.
I think it's fun, man. It's a good way to interact with you guys. We appreciate all the
Oh,
support.
1,000%, man.
It's crazy, man.
You guys really enjoyed this podcast, so that's what's kind of grown it to this point. That's what motivated me personally to really dump some time into the set, because although a lot of you guys are audio listeners, you're not gonna enjoy the upgrades to the set, but a lot of you guys are watching on YouTube too. In fact, like tens of thousands per podcast, so we really appreciate it. But we want this thing to look good. We want it to sound good. We want to feature the best guests in the industry, which kind of leads me to my next thing that I want you guys to do is flood the comment section with people that you want to see on the podcast. I mean, if you see a comment with, whoever Flair, like that comment up, and we're going to go in the comment section and look, and then we can get all these people on the podcast if we want. So, now we're not quite Rogan, and we can't fly people out, but we can get on, we can hop on some type of interactive thing.
Yeah, we can interact.
Or we can just get a phone call and just have Badge like Photoshop their
No.
face and just pop. No, we're not doing that anymore. Okay, gotcha. You did that with Jiggin one time and Lunkers.
It literally took like 8 hours. I'm not doing that. It
Not
worked.
Skype, but what do we have? What's it called? Zoom.
Zoom.
We have Zoom, and you can record it and everything. It's super stupid, but it's better than not having guests ever. Although I know you guys love us by ourselves, but we're gonna get guys like Jiggin back in here, Fishing with Norm, Yak Pack. Those guys live close enough where they can actually come and be a live guest member on the podcast. Now that we have this big ass table, we can put another guest to my right, put a guest to Badge's left, and we can really get some crazy stuff going on here. So. Yeah, we need
I'm
to
excited to have
guests.
Norm back, man. Norm,
Yeah.
fishing.
Yeah. You gonna believe it?
Yeah, I'm believing
Okay, yeah. Believe the fishing part, that way people wonder who we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to continue to roast this ghost, basically, because you guys will never know who this is. Unless you just ask us out in public. We might just say it. I don't know.
Yeah, we might.
If you run up and ask us, who are you talking about on the podcast? We might just drop you with it.
Yeah.
In fact, we were talking to Jiggin today on the phone. He asked who it was.
Yeah, he did.
And we told him. But he keeps secrets very well, so.
Yeah, I tell him all my secrets.
I was about to say, he's got some secrets on us big time.
Yeah.
But we've got some on YouTube, you bastard.
What the heck?
Yeah, speaking of that, you know what? I'm not even going to go there yet. Not yet. So, yeah, guests, who you guys want to see? Topics, what do you want to hear us talk about? We're very open to all this stuff because sometimes we get our best ideas from you guys in the comment section. So, please get in there, smash the thumbs up button on YouTube, subscribe if you're on Spotify or Apple or whatever. Follow whatever the process is on whatever app you're listening to this. What else you got, man? We're still adding. This is, by the way, the set is not done. This is like phase 1. I know it's been a drastic change, but we're thinking some signage up front on the table.
Some seatage. We're
Some
standing.
seatage. We're standing. Yeah, we said that. Yeah, we got to get some chairs.
Yeah, my back. It's just cement and
Yeah,
it's
this
not
is
common.
not great. We're in flip flops. We're big boys, so we got no foot support. So this is kind of a backbreaker in this current situation.
What'd you just do there?
What? I kind of like went up on my tippy toes,
I
like
thought you
stretched it out.
released some methane. Up in
Oh
space.
no! I don't do that. I don't do that live. Do that in on the breaks in between. I save it up. But flags, there's all kinds of stuff we can add to the and that we're gonna add to the set. So be watching out for all that stuff, guys. Big shout out to Shop Carl's for taking a chance, sponsoring a couple dumbass kids with a podcast.
Yeah, man. Started out plastic tables, baby.
Started at the bottom. Now we're here.
Now we're here.
I chucked that table straight up in the yard and then shot it.
Did you really?
Earlier, yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I definitely did. There's bullet holes in it.
Cool.
Well, I was just kind of bored, so,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds
it's all
like some
good.
LOJO stuff. Just
I mean,
ripping.
It's a good shooting table now, though. If we ever want to put something on it and then shoot it, we now have a table that has bullet holes in it already, so it's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good. Yeah. Who do you want to have on next? Who is your ideal guest? I'm putting you on the spot, hardcore. Let's just say excluding people that we've already had. So we've had One Rod, we've had Lunkers, we've had Jiggin, we've had Yak Pack, we've had Norm. That's 5 pretty good guests,
Yeah.
man. Damn, I kind of take that for granted that we've had such good guests already.
We have.
But and we can have anybody on again too. I mean, We might have to check and see where One Rod is again because we asked him where he was the first time,
And they fell back off.
and now he's gone again. Well, he could be uploading. I don't even know.
I think he's doing like one a week or something.
Yeah, he's uploading now, but he's just not around.
He's just chilling, yeah.
Like I thought he was going to be traveling and stuff. He said he was going to be traveling.
he looks fit. He looks in shape.
He isn't. He's like climbing rocks and stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that could be a whole nother podcast. Just One Rod's good for one podcast a month, honestly. Just checking up on him and see how he's doing.
One Rod.
Where the hell is he?
Yeah.
What was that?
All right.
Gang, boy. Yeah, who do you want on the podcast?
I don't
Put
really
you on the
know.
spot. Come on, man.
Can I be real? Can I be really real?
Please be real.
I'm in a weird place.
Oh, shoot.
I'm in a weird place.
Shoot. What are you about to say?
I'll be honest. Because
Please.
I have roughly, I have 48,000 subscribers.
Oh, shoot. You're flexing on us now.
That's a lot. It's a lot of subscribers, dude.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
So all the guys I want to have on, I like to pick at people, you know?
Okay.
I just want to come in
Yeah,
hot.
right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to insult somebody, but in a fun way to where they're
Yeah.
not offended.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
who-
joke with Flair. I want to joke with John, but I haven't met these guys.
Yeah. It's tough to come out of the gate meeting somebody and then insulting in a fun way.
And I want to work for the company. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
right.
it's like I'm in this weird place. Like I want to interview John. I want to interview Flair. I want to pick at these guys.
So then you could go out like a non-Guggen Squad member then.
Okay.
I mean, you could. Who do you want to get on here and go at them in a fun way?
Daryl.
I thought you were going to say either Daryl or Yappy.
Oh, dude.
Yappy, if you're down, man, hop on the podcast. You live kind of close too, I think. I think you're somewhere around here.
We should get Yappy and Jiggin.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we should.
They're
Yeah.
thinking about. I'm not saying that.
We'll cut that right out.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just told their social security code.
Just do like a long beep, whatever you just said, and that's classified information. We
Wow.
can't drop that.
Yeah.
We literally just said we were good at keeping secrets, and we just told Jiggin's biggest secret. Holy shit. It's all good. We're gonna bleep just one long beep.
See, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get somebody on that I want to be good with. I'm going to say something. They're just going to stare at me.
They're just gonna hate
in
you.
phone call.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get Jiggin and Yappy in here one day. That's a good idea. That's a great idea because those are people we can get in studio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling this in studio. By the way,
Oh, wow.
and doesn't that sound good?
It sounds really good.
In studio, not like in person, but we're gonna get them in studio because this is now a studio. Let's be honest.
Really is.
I mean, ask the Best Buy bathroom because we bought some lighting gear and we left some presents
We
for
paid
Best Buy.
twice for this gear.
You didn't answer the question, but it's fine. We're gonna
John
get Daryl.
B. I want John B. on the podcast. I'm a big
Okay,
fan.
I got you. Okay, there you go. We're gonna get Daryl on here too. You guys know Daryl is kind of slowly becoming an integral
Yeah.
part of the show, the channel.
I left your property tonight. Went and had dinner with Daryl.
You did. You literally
I
left
did.
the house and went and had dinner with Daryl.
Our
you
relationship's
bastard.
blossoming.
You ate the sandwich that I wanted, but you got it.
He can cook.
That man can freaking cook. What we'll do is we'll have him on the podcast and he'll bring food and we'll just put it on the table. And like as we're podcasting, we're just going to be like just shoving our faces in it.
That's right.
We'll ask him to cook his best dish, whatever he thinks that is.
Yep.
Well, something we can eat by hand, like not like a fork and knife type deal. Just be over here like, oh, what? Are you talking to me? Just cutting my steak up. Yeah, so we got a ton of stuff on the way. This was supposed to be an outro, but now we've rambled on for probably another 10 minutes. But anyways, the long and short of it is we need suggestions, and we will carry them out for you guys, whether it's a set suggestion or a guest suggestion or a beard and badge suggestion. But as always, guys, we love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are out of here. Peace. That was really late.
I love you.
Goodbye.